Are you from Melbourne? Well, I'm not from Melbourne. I get lost in this place. Which is north?
I don't, sorry man, I don't have any, sorry man.
Which way is north here? Does anybody know which way
Up that
north
way.
is? Are you sure that's north?
Yeah, positive.
How do you know that's north? Oh, you said that way. You're trying to trick me. It's easy to trick Australians. Just have a look at this. Right? Australians are very good at being tricked. But not anymore. God is bullshit. Hey? What about this one? Religion. The truth is near. Well, let's have a listen to this. How many people actually stop and think about the origins of the universe and how it all began? Hey, only losers do. Yeah, well, why do so many losers and thinking people get tricked up by believing absurd religions of all kinds of denominations? If it's not the Scientologists, it's the Catholics trying to tell you that every sperm is sacred. Is all your sperm sacred? Look at this bloke down here sucking his drink. Oh, is that supposed to be an insult, is it? You're not a very good insulter. You know? You don't know the first thing about insulting a speaker. Especially when he's from Sydney. He's got a bit of experience up his sleeve. Every sperm is sacred. You listen to that, girls? Now, what are the chances of you as an individual actually being alive? Have you actually thought about that for a minute? Have you actually ever thought what the chances are of you being alive at all? Think about it. How many sperms do people have? How many sperms do men have? This boy will produce billions of sperms. He'll be flat out having 3 or 4 children. But that over there, you'll have thousands of millions of sperm running around the place, all of whom are supposed to be sacred. Think about that. You're all a product of a sperm and a worm, no matter what you are. You could be Indian, you could be Japanese, you could be Dinky guy, Aborigine Australian, but you all got something in common. A sperm, get it? And an ovary was there. You know all about it.
What the hell?
Okay, so what does that mean? That means that you as an individual are damn unique. You're never going to be repeated. Unless, of course, you've got a twin brother. Then you are repeated. But once they have children, never be repeated again. So you, as an individual, you sucking that thing there, you're unique. And this man here walking away, right, he's unique. There's not another person like him in the whole world. They're all bloody different, every one of them. But, according to those who believe in religion, who believe that God created you for some reason or other, right? You're a planned person. Now think about it. How bloody planned were you? How many? Have you ever asked your mum and dad, did they plan you? Or was it just a bad shot that night? You over there, are you, I better leave you guys alone, I think. But think about it. Are you being planned? Have you been planned? You over there with the dark glasses. Have you been planned by God? Okay, let's have a listen for a minute, mate. Let's have a little think. What is the plan that God's got for you? Now, according to which religion you do, right? They got plans for you. They got a plan for you. Okay, well let me tell you this. The best thing that God's ever done was never exist. sovereignty of God. God is a figment of your the collective imagination of the people, no matter what the Muslims tell you. You know, now how absurd can you get when you get this happening to people? A man, now some religions are crazy and some are really crazy, but all of them have got problems. Okay? You think about running around telling you that Jesus Christ went to America. What a load of bullshit, is that it? Are we susceptible to bullshit? Well, apparently we are. And the only way you're going to get out of it is to be a bit critical of your thinking. The first thing you've got to do is, apart from protecting your children, you've also got to tell them that it's not only is the Santa Claus a myth, not only is the tooth fairy a bloody myth, but so is God. And you're on your own and you've got to think this myth. That's what you've got to do. You've got to stop thinking about celestial bloody kingdoms in the sky and think about our planet. Hey? Do you think about the planet? No. Who thinks of the planet? You can't think of the planet when you're in Melbourne. Look at it. Lovely place. Nice big broad streets, plenty of trams that take you around from one place to the other, plenty of coffee shops, lots of beer shops, you know, a lovely library where you can learn yourself stupid, right? Most of the cathedrals and churches haven't got anybody in it, good place to have a rest. You know, you tuck it out on the weekend and you want somewhere quiet, just go to the nearest church, there's nobody in there. You know? But don't think about the celestial world, think about the real world. Think about the Murray-Darling. Think about the planet, pollution. That's what you should be thinking about, not high in the sky. What's going to happen to your bloody soul when I die? That's a load of cobble. What they call cobblers in English. I won't confuse the rest of Australians with colloquialism. I've just saved it up with a few bombs I find, okay? Is there any other questions? Well, I don't often come down to Melbourne. I don't often come down. But when I do, I like to give out the best I can do. Because Melbourne is a beautiful place. Right? Now, hang on. I'm asking you not comments on this day. Okay? Has anybody got anything? Must be one, at least one disgruntled. You got a question? You have to come down if you want me to hear.
Let her, give her the box and let her talk.
Yeah, let her take the stand for a couple of minutes.
You know, you get the most absurd people talking about climate change as if it doesn't exist, and yet they get exactly the same amount of material in the paper as thousands of scientists who've done the science. Some silly bugger gets up and says, oh, I don't agree with what do you call it?
Push him off the box and you stand.
I don't agree with that fluorination. And you're supposed to get equal time. No,
what can't she ever say?
Hey?
Did you want to have a talk?
Find your own box. Find a box and put it beside him and talk.
Why?
He's very hostile, baby.
Because I'm on
Hostile. He shouldn't be.
He's just giving his opinion.
You go anywhere you like.
I said, why don't you talk about fluoride in water?
But he doesn't want to. He's talking about atheism.
You have to talk about it.
You talk about fluoride if you want to talk about fluoride.
You're free to talk.
Let's talk about what we should talk
We'll talk
about.
about it.
I know losers like you. You couldn't hold
Otherwise,
the
it's
crowd
a waste
for
of
5
time and
seconds.
history is not waiting.
Yeah, so go and get your own soapbox and start off the game.
You'll burn in hell!
You spoiled rotten down here in Victoria.
Are you from Sydney?
I'll be there with you.
Are you from Sydney?
Just one. Yes.
Born in Sydney.